Hi, I'm Alan, and this is my channel. Alan talks about stuff.
The time I was hit by a drunk driver. I'll start the story off by saying nothing serious happened and nobody was injured. It was a very interesting story and a very unique story. I make my living as a semi truck driver, and at the time I was working for Werner Enterprises. I was on a dedicated route delivering freight for a small department store. We drop off empty trailers and pick up our next trailer at the distribution center. It was getting kind of late. I got to the DC, dropped my trailer, and picked up my new trailer. There was a truck stop about 30 miles away, so I headed that way to spend the night. I had plenty of time the next day to wake up and make my deliveries. I got to the truck stop around 10:30 at night. I think I probably stayed up until probably around 11:30 before going to sleep. About 2 a.m., I'm sound asleep when I'm abruptly woken by my entire truck shaking. For some reason, when I woke, I thought I was at home, asleep in bed, and an airplane had crashed into my house. I get up quickly thinking I need to run for my life when I realize I'm not at home. I'm in my semi-truck. I open my sleeper curtain and I see a pickup truck has crashed into me. He hit my truck and the truck next to me, hitting the left side of my truck and the right side of my neighbor's truck. I honestly didn't know what to do. I don't want to confront the driver. It's obviously he's probably drunk and I have no idea how he will react. I get up and go sit in the driver's seat of my truck. I get a pen and paper so I can write down the guy's tag in case he tries to drive off. When I get in the driver's seat, I see the guy sitting upright in the driver's seat staring at me, but he kind of falls over to his right and lays down in the seat of his truck. I get on my phone and I call 911, tell them I'm at the truck stop and my truck has been hit by a drunk driver. I give the operator some info, get off my phone, and I patiently wait. For some reason, it takes like 20 minutes for the police to show up. Sitting there waiting seemed like hours. There's no movement out of the pickup truck. Finally, police show up, they go to the truck, and they're trying to get the guy up. It's taking forever to get the guy up, and I start thinking, what if he isn't drunk? What if he had a heart attack? And I've just been sitting here for like 20 minutes doing nothing. Police finally get the guy up on his feet. It takes both police officers to help him get to the police car. Police get all the information. They go to the other semi, but there's no driver in that truck, so they just leave some information and the case number on its door. I then call in to Warner to let them know my truck was hit by a drunk driver. I get called back by a lady that explains exactly what I need to do. While talking to this lady, I realize her sole job is dealing with drivers who have been in a wreck. I guess a company the size of Warner needs someone for such a specific job, but I was thinking it would be very depressing to deal with people who just got into a wreck all day. Especially, you think about this, some of the wrecks are going to involve someone losing their lives. So I was asked if I could drive the truck. Right side was damaged and the reservoir that held power steering fluid was busted. I kind of asked around, was told the truck will be drivable, but I won't have any power steering fluid. Another Warner driver shows up to take my trailer and make the deliveries for my route. I'm told where to take my truck to get the damage fixed. I take the truck about 50 miles away. It's about 30 miles from the DC where my pickup truck is parked. Someone for Warner provided a taxi for me to get back to the DC so I could get my truck. I get my truck, drive home, and take about a week off waiting on my truck to get repaired. My semi gets repaired right next to a truck stop. My plan was just to park my truck at this truck stop until my dad can give me a ride back up there and we can bring my truck back to the DC so I can work out of the DC again. My dad is a farmer and was in the middle of harvest, so I didn't want to bother him. I was going to wait until he was done with harvest before doing this. The thing is, after I parked my pickup truck at the truck stop, I left it there for a week while I ran my route. When I got back off my route the next Friday, my pickup truck was nowhere to be found. The chain reaction of getting hit by a drunk driver at a truck stop also led to my pickup truck getting stolen. It was a unique experience that eventually has led to a YouTube video.
Once again, this is Alan. This is my channel. Alan talks about stuff. Thanks for watching.